Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Chasing Rabbits. My name is Scott Brown, and I'd like to welcome you once again to my vlog dedicated to helping you become the leader you always wished that you had worked for. Anyone who has ever spoken in public or given presentations anywhere knows that every presentation, every speech can be thought of in three different ways. There's the presentation you meant to give, there's the presentation you actually gave, and then there's the presentation your audience heard. The one you meant to give, the one you actually gave, and the one that was heard. And the way you think about those is different for each segment. The presentation you meant to give is comprised of all of those hours, weeks, or maybe even months rehearsing, writing, rewriting, practicing, finding an audience to deliver, tweaking, reinventing, nailing every single gesture and timing every single pause. The speech that you actually gave is the one that came out the day of the presentation. It takes into account all of those factors that you can't control. Maybe your audio went out. Maybe the AV projector didn't work. Maybe there was a fire alarm. Maybe someone got sick in the audience. Maybe you got heckled. Maybe part of your story resonated so deeply with the audience, you went more deeply into that story and then bypassed the section that didn't resonate. Whatever it is, the speech that you delivered is probably slightly different from the speech that you rehearsed. Delivery rehearsal, slightly different. And then there's the presentation that was heard. Although you said something, it's being received by an audience of individuals with different backgrounds, different experiences from different cultures. They're going through different things in their lives. The prism through which they're listening to your words, to your presentation, to what is bringing meaning is being filtered through their own biases, their own prejudices, their own life. And that's very different sometimes for what you actually said and what you actually wrote. So every presentation is that presentation that you meant to deliver, the one you delivered, and the one that was heard. It's not news that these are the three types of presentation. If you are in any way connected to public speaking, whether you're a presenter or a facilitator, you know these three very well. But what if you're a leader? Because these same three categories largely apply to your culture and to your brand. There's the culture that you meant to develop, the one that you spent weeks, months, years painstakingly articulating and creating to ensure that your people, your employees, your customers, your shareholders, the community all experienced your business in a specific way. That culture, that brand were created to create a certain feel, to create a certain event. It was curated for a specific reason. And then there's the culture and the brand that people actually experience. It's the one brought to life by your people, not by you, but by your people. And because it's brought to life by others, it's always slightly different from the one that you meant to have. Because people are human. Maybe your employee's having a bad day. Maybe your customer's having a bad day. But the one that's delivered is slightly different from the one that you envisioned. And then there's the culture and the brand that are experienced. So you have the one that is meant to be created, the one that's delivered, and the one experienced. And that one experience, just like your speech, your presentation, is being filtered through personal experiences, cultures, through the prism of their lives. We forget a lot as leaders that what we mean to do, what we try to create, isn't always the end result. Sometimes our employees experience us in ways that we never envisioned. Sometimes that's better than what we had hoped, but oftentimes it's not. Our brand is sometimes created in a way that takes on a life of its own. Sometimes that's better than what you hope, and sometimes it's not. We can't necessarily create the right image for every single experience in our customers, our employees, in everybody else's mind. But what we can do is we can repeat the message. We can keep coming back at it from different angles and different mediums and different formats with different voices to ensure that what we're trying to convey is conveyed to you in the best possible way. We want to ensure as a leader that what we mean to say, how we mean to lead, and how we actually lead are received in the same way that we want them to be perceived. So the next time that you find yourself not connecting with someone, know that maybe it's not what you're doing now. Maybe there was a presentation issue. Maybe you're being heard through a different filter. Whatever it is, it's your job as a leader to ensure that you can create a new experience, a new environment, so that whatever messages that you're trying to create, wherever it is you're trying to lead people to go, they're going to follow. All of us have three messages: the message we meant to deliver, the message we deliver, and the message that was heard. I hope that you will find your voice, learn how to create repetition to ensure that what you mean to happen actually happens, and that your people, the ones following you, find the reward at the end, knowing that they followed the right individual to the right place. Until tomorrow, my friends, have a great night, and I hope that your experiences match up to your preparation. Take care, everybody.